day one, safety's really been our top priority.
Chilling. I see. Operation. Yo, my man. Listen, I just want to talk about
Roblox, the massive online gaming platform, is now facing multiple lawsuits accusing it of prioritizing profits over safety, giving a real-time nightmare for kids.
How am I supposed to go on with my day without talking about Roblox, you guys? Like, seriously? The same app parents think is safe for kids is now being called a hunting ground for predators. And instead of fixing it, the company has been accused of silencing the very people trying to keep kids safe. And to make this even crazier, it's not just random parents complaining online. We're talking about lawsuits piling up in multiple states, an attorney general dragging Roblox into court, and even investors backing away after the stock dumped almost 10% in a week. You couldn't tell me this isn't a disaster waiting to blow up even bigger. And the wildest part of all of this, the person exposing everything isn't some big organization. It's a young creator who lived through Roblox's failures himself. And trust me, once you hear his story, you will see exactly why this platform is falling apart. The person at the center of this whole storm is Michael Schlepp, a 22-year-old content creator who basically did Roblox's job for them. For those who don't know, the reason Schlepp even started doing stings is because he was a victim himself. Between the ages of 12 and 15, he was groomed by a well-known Roblox developer. And not just some random user, you guys, this was a guy Roblox actually promoted at events, someone with official merch in stores, and a direct contract with the company. The messages? Disturbing. It got so bad that Schlepp attempted to end his life and ended up in the hospital. His mom begged Roblox to intervene, and their excuse was literally that the abuse happened on another platform. Like, really? A developer you're still cutting checks to is targeting kids, and your answer is, not our problem. Now, this is the part that has me side-eyeing Roblox so hard. They did not ban this man until years later, and only after another female developer came forward with her own allegations. So it wasn't Schlepp's trauma that got their attention. It was when other people started talking publicly. Until then, they kept paying him, promoting him, and letting him headline events like nothing ever happened. Not gonna lie, you couldn't tell me that this isn't a cover-up. Roblox didn't act because it was right. They acted because it was no longer convenient to ignore. And y'all, that's exactly when Schlepp realized Roblox wasn't gonna protect anybody. If anything, it felt like they were shielding the predators and leaving kids behind. So he decided to take matters into his own hands, and that's when he teamed up with catching groups like Poachers and EDP Watch. The results? Insane. Out of 7 real-life confrontations with suspected predators that started on Roblox, 6 ended in confirmed arrests. You couldn't tell me that this didn't embarrass Roblox. Like, imagine being a billion-dollar company with child safety plastered all over your branding, only for a 22-year-old and his team to swoop in and actually get predators locked up. It made them look weak, and it made them look exposed. And it proved that all of those advanced moderation systems Roblox brags about doesn't actually protect kids the way that they claim. And guys, here is where Roblox really showed their true colors. Instead of saying, wow, thank you for exposing the predators that we miss, they hit Schlepp with the biggest slap in the face. First, they banned him completely from the platform. Then they updated their terms of service to specifically call out vigilante groups, basically rewriting the rules just to target him. But that wasn't enough. Roblox also sent him a cease and desist letter and even pulled out the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, the same aggressive law they used against another critic, Ruben Sim. And if you remember, Ruben Sim's case was shady too. He criticized the platform, Roblox couldn't handle it, so they dragged him through court until he had to lawyer up. So let's just call it what it is: intimidation. Instead of going after predators, Roblox is going after the people exposing predators. You couldn't tell me that Roblox isn't more worried about their image than kids' safety, because every move that they make proves it. And y'all, this wasn't just some quiet little legal battle. It backfired in a big way, because the internet noticed. Fans started asking if Roblox is willing to shut down the one guy who's keeping kids safe. What else are they hiding? Now, that's exactly when the hashtag exploded and the hashtag #FreeSchlepp movement was born. The hashtag went viral overnight, pulling millions of views across TikTok, X, and YouTube. And y'all know, once the internet grabs onto something like this, it's game over for the brand. Fans were dragging Roblox left and right, calling them out for silencing the very person who is actually protecting kids. It got so bad that at least one major Roblox influencer quit the creator program in protest. That's money and credibility walking straight out the door, all because the company couldn't handle accountability. And to make this even bigger, the story hit mainstream media news outlets. Interviews started lining up, catching communities rallied behind Schlepp, and even former fans of Roblox were like, the fact how crazy this situation has gotten makes me think how bad Roblox has been doing in the past years or so. What's crazy is the irony here. Roblox has spent years promoting itself as the family-friendly safe space for kids, but now they're getting dragged for punishing the one guy proving how unsafe it really is. Just when it felt like the backlash couldn't get any louder, a familiar face stepped in. Chris Hansen entered the chat. And y'all, if there is one name that makes corporations sweat when it comes to child safety scandals, it's his. Chris Hansen actually reached out to Schlepp to be a part of his upcoming documentary called Predators, which is gonna expose Roblox's entire track record with kids safety. Imagine Chris Hansen, the literal face of catching predators, putting a spotlight on the same platform that banned a survivor for speaking out.
You may have heard that my streaming crime network, True Blue, and I are investigating the exploitation of children on the popular gaming platform Roblox. Well, it's absolutely true, and we're deep into it. I've already interviewed law enforcement investigators and victims of this horrible activity. And we have some collaborators, some people who've been working in this space, including Schlepp, who have committed to help us in this endeavor. Will Roblox actually say anything about it? Will it make any changes? We're going to do our best to hold them accountable.
And y'all, the public is eating this up. The mix of pity and outrage is fueling the conversation online, and Roblox's silence just makes them look even guiltier. Let's be real, this documentary could be the nail in the coffin. Now, while all of this is going viral, lawsuits started stacking up. And that's when Roblox's problems jumped from YouTube drama to actual courtrooms. Families all over the US started filing lawsuits, and the stories coming out, honestly, devastating. In Georgia, one mom says her 9-year-old son was targeted by grown adults pretending to be kids. The lawsuit says they pressured him into sharing stuff he never should have, and then it ended up spreading around his school. It messed him up so bad that he had to switch schools completely. And the mom, she is dragging Roblox for negligence, saying if they had real age checks and solid parental controls, none of this would have happened. Then there's Michigan, where a mom says that her 10-year-old daughter got tricked into sending private pictures after being offered Robux. The lawsuit actually calls out Roblox's own condo games, you know, those shady roleplay spaces with strip club vibes and straight up suggestive activity on a platform that's mostly kids logging in after school. Yeah, that's messy.
Their incentive was to have as many use their platform as possible, which raised their valuation, which raised their stock price, and the returns to shareholders. When they could have put simple safety measures like just age verification, but that would have limited the amount of people on their platform.
And it gets worse, you guys. In Alabama, a 14-year-old girl reportedly connected with someone on Roblox who turned out to be an adult. Things moved over to Discord, and the man actually tried to lure her away from her home before the police stepped in. Not gonna lie, the pattern is scary clear. Roblox has all these safety tools that they brag about, but kids keep slipping through the cracks. And instead of admitting failure, the company is doubling down on a PR spin. Now, if parents suing wasn't enough, imagine what happens when an entire state's attorney general drags Roblox to court. Liz Muriel, the attorney general of Louisiana, officially filed a case against Roblox, and y'all, when a whole state steps in, that's when it stops being messy and turns into serious business. In her lawsuit, she flat out called Roblox the perfect place for predators to move in on kids. She blasted the company for putting profits over safety, ignoring warnings, and failing to add even the most basic protections like real age checks or parental approval. And with nearly 40% of Roblox's 112 million daily users being under 13, that's not something you can just shrug off. This isn't just one mom or one family anymore. This is the state basically saying Roblox is dangerous and we're dragging you to court over it. They are demanding Roblox be slapped with a permanent injunction, which would literally force them to stop calling themselves safe for kids until they actually prove it. And you guys, you already know the second Wall Street gets nervous, companies start panicking, and that's exactly what happened to Roblox. Once all of these lawsuits started dropping, their stock plunged almost 10% in a single week. And y'all, let's be real, Roblox had to have seen this coming. Almost half of their players are under 13, so the second headline starts screaming unsafe and lawsuit, investors are out. Nobody wants to back a kid's game that looks like a liability. So what did Roblox do? Instead of owning up, they hit copy-paste on the same old PR script. A spokesperson popped out with safety is our top priority, like we haven't heard that a million times. And then they bragged about their AI system called Centennial, saying it scans for early warning signs and that they've reported over 1,000 cases already.
We've been innovating on safety and civility for almost 20 years. Today, we're rolling out our vision, really, of age-based communication for everyone on our platform, under 13, teens, even older players.
But let's be honest, if Roblox's tools are really that advanced, why was a 22-year-old YouTuber catching predators instead of them? Why are condo games and Roblox scams still popping up everywhere? Investors weren't buying it, parents weren't buying it, and honestly, nobody was. And y'all, this is where it gets scary. Roblox isn't just messing up, they're covering up. Because if they're willing to ban Schlepp, bury lawsuits, and keep spinning investors, then imagine what happens if the real receipts ever hit the light. You guys, that's the part nobody's ready for.